Has anybody checked Schoology and looked to see what I was talking about, what we had to do online? Anybody looked in there yet? The thing that I put in there is the instructions for the 1040. Let's all look at them right now. You can download these very easily. You literally just write 1040 instructions into Google and you can immediately pull them up, but I downloaded them for you and put them in Schoology, just so you can see what they're like. So open up the 1040 instructions in Schoology. Does anybody see how many pages are in this instruction packet?
I don't see, oh,
114 pages. Are we going to read 114 pages?
Yep.
No, absolutely not. In fact, if you start scrolling through this, so go ahead, start just like scrolling down a little bit. See a table of contents and stuff. Try scrolling to around the middle of the document. I'm on page 'm. I got kind of stuck in a boggy part. There's a tax table that I'm looking at now. Tax tables take up a lot of this document. You remember how to look up how much tax you owe? That's in there. And then also there's stuff that's line by line, where it'll say stuff like if you're like around page 26 or 27 in the document, which you can tell by the top left corner, tells you what page number you're on. It's organized, it'll say like lines 4A and 4B. So specifically, do you see on that tax document in front of you right here, do you see on this side, look at my hand, do you see here how it has numbers? So that tells you, like, if you're confused about this line, that's exactly where you look up in the document for instructions. And it's not as scary as you think it is. Most of these things are not going to apply to us, but sometimes we're going to have to check and make sure. Okay, so we're going to have this up as a reference if we need it, which we will. And then here is where we're going to fill this out. Okay, so this person is named Jane A. Doe on their tax return, but if you want to, you can put in your information here right now. So I'm going to write my name. My name is Laura Nussbaum. I'm going to write, it says your first name and your middle initial. My middle initial is L. You can write your name on top of this. My last name is Nussbaum. And here's where I would write my social security number over here, but nobody's going to write their social security on this document because there is no reason for you to write out your social security number unless you are actually required to on a real tax return. So everybody write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how long a social security number normally is. It's 3 numbers and then 2 numbers and then 4 numbers. When I was about your age, I made up a song in my head to help me remember my social security number, and I still, as a grown woman, sing a song in my head every single time to help me remember it. Yep. It goes da 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 da. But I'm not going to tell you my social security number because that's private.
Why?
What's your social security number?
I actually don't know.
Okay, well that's something you probably should find out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're identified by the U.S. government. The next line says, if joint return, spouse's first name and middle initial. What does that mean? if you're married and together you're gonna file jointly. Anybody married? You are? Big surprise for us. Natalie looks surprised herself that she's married. Natalie, for this time, just write it as a single person if you would. All right, so do we write anything here? No, and you don't have to write none. You don't have to write anything in that line. We also don't have to write anything in spouse's social security number here. All right, home address. We're gonna write 123 Fake Street. So that you don't have to write down your address for me to see. Although P.S., I could look it up anytime I wanted to, or at least your parents. But we all definitely live in Lewiston. I mean, I don't, but you guys do. Or wherever you live. Lewiston, Winona, Stockton. Our state is Minnesota. If you're from Lewiston, I believe it's 55952. Anybody not from Lewiston? Do you know your own zip code? Okay, fill that in. Foreign country name. Are we in a foreign country? No, we're in the United States. Why would anybody have something to fill in here? If they're paying for US taxes, why would they live in a different country?